Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today's topic is all about Residential Evil. Oh my gosh, the movie Residential Evil. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Is it real? Is it false? Is it real? What do you say? What do you say? What do you know? What do you know? Let's jump into it, shall we? But before I do, happy Halloween. What do? Well, I'm just going to bring you a little bit of a witchy story right about now. You should be like wondering what I'm going to be talking about, as well as what I'm going to be telling the story of. But first, let's do our magical chant of not consenting to anything negative at all, not consenting to it, anything negative. Of course not. We're here to just tell the story as it was told to me and told to them, and on and on and on. Let's talk about the story, shall we? So, this is how I remember the story. This story is all about what just happened yesterday. I think I can say it like that. Yesterday. I was on my way up to Mount Shasta. You know, the mountain that speaks to people. It has strange happenings at the mountain. You know that mountain. Now, I'm not just saying, I was just, hanging out and just like whooping it up there and spinning in all my magical ways. No, no. Let me tell you the things I saw that day. Now, I'm just going to tell you a story. It's up to you to figure out if it's true or not. Maybe it is, maybe it is not. Who knows anymore? If you're on this planet, what's real and what's not? Oh my goodness. Do we even know what's real or not? Well, let me tell you what I saw yesterday. So, me and my friends were all driving up to the mountain. Now, I didn't have to do the driving or anything. I was having kind of like one of those moments where you're just in between the worlds. You know what I'm saying? Because the veil is so thin and things were just coming in and speaking. I don't let anything, darkness, come in talking to me. I just take out my wand and whip that darkness away from me. Get the hell away from me. I'll send you back to hell where you came from. Anything dark like that, I do that, because I'm all about the light. So, as I was saying, so we're driving and driving and driving. And I start to notice how all of a sudden my body started feeling kind of strange because there were some things going on, things we were seeing in the sky as we were driving. And time was just flying by. So, all of a sudden, out of nothing, out of nowhere, I just pass out. I'm asleep for no reason at all. And not just me, even the young one in the back was asleep too at the same time. And the only one that was awake was the one that was driving the car. Well, somebody has to drive. Somebody has to be seeing what's going on, looking down the road far and far. As I was saying, now pay close attention. In my dreams, I felt myself looking through the bee's eyes. The bee's eyes, his eyes were moving very fast. I could see the inside of the honeycombs, and I saw his little antennas as he was buzzing all around inside the honeycomb. And I was just like, "Where am I?" And he says, "I am the bee. I am going to show you and reveal to you what you must see." And I said, "What? Well, why am I with you? I am on a trip to go have fun and be in magical ways and bliss." And the bee says, "No. my priestess, I must show you something dear and near. Come, follow me. And I followed the bee. As I traveled through the eyes of the bees, I could see many different dimensional things the bee was showing me. And I was like, complex. How is this supposed to be magical on my day? I'm flying with a bee. Obviously, it was meant to be. So he takes me on this journey, and suddenly the bee changes into this forest. As this forest begins to develop, these beautiful butterflies everywhere, changing iridescently in front of me, flying by in all multitudes of colors and hues of blues and purples. Now, keep in mind, all I've had so far was just a beautiful smoothie drink, something to help quench my thirst. I was drinking just a juice. That's all I was drinking. But as I am just seeing all of these beautiful, beautiful things coming in, I was like, where am I? And nothing spoke. There was just silence, but yet colors everywhere. Once again, I was complex. It's like, where am I? What am I seeing? I am supposed to be on a trip. I'm going to Shasta, the mountain that speaks, where those hidden things are and people that you do and do not see. As we drove on, yet and still I'm feeling the butterflies flitter about me. And then suddenly the butterflies change into this big, beautiful leaves everywhere, glistening green, so beautiful green, so to the point of where I could just touch the leaves. Where am I? Where have I been left to be? I look around, the bee is gone. I look around, the butterflies are gone. Yet and still I see the leaves right in front of me. As I reach out to touch the leaves, I soon see a beautiful emerald green snake slithering up to me. This was no ordinary snake. This was a special type of snake. It moved in between the vines as though it was so divine, wrapped in timelessness that just seems just right in my mind. Yet and still I see the snake moving towards me, and the snake slithers up and glides on the air and smiles at me and says, "Do you not know where you are?" I said, "I have no idea where I am. I'm on a trip. I'm on my way to Mount Shasta, my dear." And this beautiful snake says to me, "No, you are stopping off here because this is where the knowledge begins. And I awaken thee." After I see this beautiful snake and I see the bliss of all the sacred geometries coming at me all at once, I feel myself feeling as though, whoa, this is a lot for me to take in. Yet and still I hear, now you must awaken to see the rest of what is for you to see. Move your hands, move your fingertips. As I did, I come out of my quick slumber and I look about and realize, where are we now? Oh, almost to Reading. So fast? We just got in the car. I said, yes, time has flickered. Just like that. As we were driving, I noticed that we were on a different timeline. Hmm. I noticed how it felt like it was evening, but yet it wasn't. And yet the time did not match how I was seeing and feeling at the time. The time of day did not match what the clock would say. Well, we drove on, and then yet I look up into the sky and I see something that catches my eye. As she looks at me and says, "Do you see that? Do you see that there in the sky?" And I said, "You mean that hue? That hue up there, that hue in the sky, that shadow that we're supposed to not mind. You mean the one that looks like a fake line in the sky next to that white line that's like a cloud, that's a trail? Yes. Oh my. Let's watch and see what happens to that huge line in the sky. Oh, it looks like it's right over Mount Shasta. Interesting, I say. You don't say. I do not mind. Mm. Now pay close attention, little ones. Pay close attention, all of you that are listening, because this is the part where you have to figure out, is it a story, a dream, or is it true? And only those who truly know me will know what I am saying and know what this is about. So as we are still driving down the road, I'm still stirred about how come I went to sleep all of a sudden out of nowhere, and why do I feel so spacey, and why do I feel as though I am not on a timeline? What is happening here? Why do I see the hue in the sky? Why do I see that invisible line? Where's that visible line goes? I say. We look and we watch as two airplanes fly side by side. Now, these planes are, of course, leaving a white trail of cloud behind them. But as we got closer to the mountain and watched that hue, faded line be over the mountain, it almost reminded me of some type of runway. I don't know, maybe an expressway, something that allows things to just kind of go down that line and travel it and disappear in front of our eyes. Oh, yes, I do say disappear in front of our eyes. Now, keep in mind, we were not doing anything that would harm our bodies or cause us delusions in our minds. We were perfectly sane to see eye to eye. So, as we watched yet once again, these planes were so busy, leaving lines in the sky. All but that one hue line stayed in the sky, the shadow of the unseen line that we're not supposed to mind. But as we watched another set of planes, the fast flying jet like planes, fly in the sky side by side, following that beautiful little hue line, that shadow, and then disappear right before our eyes. Over the mountain, I must say. Yes, the mountain was busy, 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 busy. Once we got to the mountain, we were already told by an unknown force that all would be revealed when we got to the mountain. I said, I hope so, because right now it looks like we're losing our Benuzis here. Oh no. Once we got up to the mountain, it's not even snowing up there. It's yet not cold there. So we are thinking we'll go to the top of the bottom of the mountain, we'll be at the top. But no, we were stopped swiftly in our tracks. The gate was closed, and that was that. I said, the gate's closed at Bunny Flat. How could this be? What is going on up there in those mountains that be? We looked at each other, complex in our confusion, but yet not to say we understood the message of what was going on up there. We did not see the hue anymore, for we were already underneath it. Therefore, when you're underneath it, you cannot see it except from afar. We were in a bubble of time, we finally figured out, because strange things had happened. as we moved about. We walked down to a beautiful place. We went past the fence, of course. That's what we do. Signs we pay no minds to. We walk past them. They're not for me or you. As we walked, we traveled up, slightly up the little driveway, if you want to call it, pathway up to the mountain. But we did not go far because that would have been an all day par. As we walked, we gently just went off the pavement road, found ourselves walking through dirt and shrubbery until we came to a grove of trees. And two trees standing exactly like this. A portal, you might say, where the divine light of the sun shined that very moment, that day. Now, I share this story with you because it's just Halloween. Yes, it's Halloween. Am I telling a story or is it real? Hmm. Is it real? Because there's so many things that happen afterwards, after we got done with our ceremony, honoring Mother Earth, honoring our ancestors, and playing the drum and playing our rattle, and giving thanks and sending out prayers for all those who need help. That's what we do. We got back in the car and down the hill we go. And then we find ourselves at the crystal store. Of course, crystal store, where many gifts of treasures lie. We go out and buy the things, the source of what we need. A little bit of TikTok things here and there. Get back in the car as we start driving back. Make it back safe and sound, but yet and still, the time did not match the amount of time. It felt like we only drove for 2 hours at mine. So we get home. Friend leaves. I'm here getting things sorted as they appear. I look at my phone and immediately decide, oh, let me time out and turn my phone and get things back and go through the menu. The phone's been on this whole time and let me just go sign. And my phone comes back very first time and says, phone must be reset due to the fact that you are in a different time zone. I stood there bewildered and said, what magic is this? I have never had my phone tell me it has to reset itself due to a different timeline. Now, I did not go fly to Puerto Rico. I did not go fly to Texas. I did not go fly anywhere other than up the hill, Highway 5, keeping things alive. Well, what time zone was I in? And was I still in the bubble? Hmm. Complex, I think. What spell was cast upon me or us at that thinking time? What was it? Well, if you must know, it was just a moment in time because all the timelines just simply crossed, leaving a doorway open to be on a different timeline, just like that. So you see, it all had a lot to do with that hue in the sky, that straight line that nobody was supposed to see, nobody was supposed to mind. That hue in the sky, the invisible line, wasn't so invisible. If you're awake, you would see it in the sky. But if you were sleeping and maybe not in your mind, you will not see that hue in the sky. Which brought me back to Area 51. Oh my, oh my. But Area 51, we do know at this time, it's not all about what hue lines in the sky. Area 51 is just like the movie Residential Evil. Residential Evil, I've seen all of those movies. They talk about the beehive in the earth, many, many feet deep down. See, they tell you in the movie, they tell you and show you the scenes that truly be down in the earth. Area 51 is not all about all that shenanigans. It's all about the beehive. Down, down, down. What's dead or what's alive? I do not know. I do not know. But I do know that Residential Evil talked about it all. The beehive, deep down, down, down in the earth, with all these different laboratories and tunnels. Residential Evil spelled it out for us, showed us about the serums and all that became The Walking Dead. Thriller at its time was ahead of time, of course, but there is still very much the thriller that lives all around us, even next door. So, as you are just kind of going out tonight, putting on your costumes, or maybe you already even celebrated, who knows at this point? Do you even know a timeline that you actually arrived at Halloween Day to celebrate? Never you mind. Just know that this is the day we honor our ancestors and beloved ones who crossed over. And this is the day that we do give thanks for love and peace in the world. And this is a day that we, the light ones, the ones that have light, do not put up with anything of evil or right. We will kick your serious little butts deep, 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 deep away from us. That's how this really goes, and this is all not words of stones. It's not whispers of magic in the air. It's just the truth of how it is there. So, I've spoken, I've shared my story on this Halloween Eve. But may you always remember about Residential Evil. All the movies are telling you the story right then and there of what's to come, what has already happened. You just got to put the pieces together. Maybe Area 51 will have the rest of the answers, but remember, you have to come up missing in action to get the answers. But Residential Evil, the movie, explains it all. So don't let this Halloween go unnoticed. Don't you take that unnecessary fall. Well, I have spoken. I talked about the magic. I've talked about the travel. I've talked about the strange things that have happened. I hope you were able to follow my story. It's just all a matter if it was true or not. Maybe it was just a good old Halloween story. I think not. Enjoy your evening to be as I sip quietly on my tea, pondering the thoughts of what's going on deep, deep in the ground around us all. Yeah, timelines are very powerful. They're very interesting. And just to see how those planes just disappeared, leaving no trail following behind them. It just like stopped. As soon as they went through, there was nothing, no trails following behind them. It evaporated behind them. You know that little white clouded mist stuff? no plane to be seen. Dawn in front of our eyes, following that blue hue in the sky. And that's a wrap on this story. 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy Halloween. Be so light. Like and subscribe. Bye bye.